Have you ever thought about how a single draft pick can completely change the course of a franchise? Now, imagine what could have happened to the Golden State Warriors if, in that decisive 2020 draft, they had opted for Tyrese Haliburton, one of the biggest surprises of that year, who today stands out as one of the most promising stars in the NBA, playing for the Indiana Pacers. This type of hypothetical scenario, the famous what if, usually stirs the minds of fans and leaves a mark on the history of any team. At that time, the Warriors were facing one of the most difficult moments in their recent history. Kevin Durant had left the team in the summer of 2019, leaving a void that was difficult to fill. To make matters worse, Klay Thompson suffered a serious anterior cruciate ligament injury during the NBA Finals and ended up missing the entire season. Steph Curry, the franchise's main name, also missed almost the entire campaign due to a broken hand, playing in only 5 games. The result was a team ravaged by injuries, with only 15 wins that season, one of the worst records in Warriors history. In this challenging scenario, the second overall pick in the 2020 draft represented a valuable chance to start over and build a new future. And it was in this context that Tyrese Haliburton's name gained traction. He impressed the Warriors' coaching staff and management during a private workout in Las Vegas, which was attended by head coach Steve Kerr, owner Joe Lacob, and then general manager Bob Myers. They saw in Haliburton a young point guard with rare talent, great vision, above-average intelligence, and an unorthodox but extremely effective shooting mechanic. Kerr, known for valuing natural talent, even sent a clear message: don't change your style, because the ball goes in. Even so, the Warriors decided to go another way. Instead of choosing Haliburton in second place, they bet on James Wiseman, a center with a completely different profile, a long-term project that, unfortunately, did not bring the expected return. Haliburton ended up being selected only in 12th place by the Sacramento Kings, starting a trajectory that showed exactly how much he could have contributed to the San Francisco team. Today, it is impossible to deny Haliburton's growth and consolidation in the NBA. His performance in the Eastern Conference Finals, with a nearly perfect performance of 32 points, 12 rebounds, and 15 assists without making a single mistake, is proof of the impact he has on the court. A complete player, with leadership, vision, and shooting accuracy, qualities that would make him an invaluable asset alongside Stephen Curry. Tyrese Haliburton could have been a key player in building a new era of winning in California. And it wasn't just his technical talent that caught people's attention. His maturity and poise also stood out. Former Warriors GM Bob Myers revealed how impressed he was with the player's intelligence and self-confidence. It wasn't arrogance, but genuine confidence built on hard work and mental preparation. That kind of personality is what separates good players from true stars. Haliburton had already shown consistency during his 2 seasons in college basketball, with excellent three-point shooting. His mechanics, although unconventional, proved highly efficient, something that made him unpredictable and difficult to guard. Even Steve Kerr, known for spotting talent capable of transforming a team, was impressed with his potential. At the time of the draft, the Warriors were still dreaming of Klay Thompson returning alongside Curry, and were betting big on the potential of youngsters like Jonathan Kuminga and James Wiseman. However, the choice of Wiseman ended up not yielding the expected results, while Haliburton grew up far from the Bay Area, building a trajectory that, in another scenario, could have been part of the golden history of the franchise. Today, when remembering that season and that decision, it is inevitable to imagine what would have happened if Haliburton had been chosen by the Warriors. With his vision of the game, ability to create plays, and accuracy in his shots, he would have perfectly matched the fast and technical style of the Splash Brothers. The harmony with Steph Curry could have been extraordinary, perhaps even enough to accelerate the team's return to the top of the NBA. As the Warriors continue to try to reinvent themselves and seek new stars, the memory of that wasted opportunity in 2020 still hangs over the franchise. Tyrese Haliburton became, without a doubt, the star that got away, a talent that could have shined even brighter under the golden lights of the Chase Center, serving as a pillar for the team's future. And you, Warriors fan, have you ever stopped to think about what the team would be like today if Haliburton had worn the blue and gold? What would it have been like to see him alongside Curry? Share your opinion and participate in this reflection on one of the biggest what-ifs in recent NBA history. Now, the focus turns to the future. With the 2025 offseason approaching, one of the most anticipated and strategic in recent years, the Warriors are not just watching. They're preparing to take a bold step that could change the fate of the franchise once again. Among the most talked about names on the market, one stands out with intensity: Giannis Antetokounmpo. The Milwaukee Bucks star, one of the most dominant players of the last decade, is going through a moment of uncertainty. After 3 consecutive eliminations in the first round of the playoffs, the foundation of Milwaukee's project has begun to crumble, raising doubts about the Greek's permanence in the franchise. What once seemed like a rumor is now becoming a reality. There is a real chance that Giannis will leave the Bucks, and the Warriors are emerging as one of the most coveted destinations for a possible trade. A deal of this magnitude could drastically change the balance of power in the NBA and even extend Golden State's golden era beyond the Steph Curry years. Giannis, increasingly in control of his future, has made it clear that he will not accept just any destination. He wants to decide where he goes, considering the impact on his career and legacy. According to Eric Pincus of Bleacher Report, the former MVP is using his influence to force an exit on his own terms, something that requires caution and strategic vision from interested teams, especially the Warriors. With their eyes on the market, Golden State's management is already making moves behind the scenes. Fans are increasingly excited about the possibility of seeing Giannis in San Francisco, especially after rumors that he spent part of last season in the city. If this trade goes through, the Warriors could be looking at more than just a turnaround. It could be the beginning of a new era of dominance, shaped by the combination of Curry's legacy and Giannis' physical and technical prowess. And perhaps finally healing the wound left by the pick that got away in 2020. Detalhe que chamou a atenção e só fez crescer a expectativa de vê-lo vestindo o emblemático uniforme azul e dourado. O movimento dos Warriors não parece apenas uma resposta às circunstâncias atuais, é uma questão estratégica, feita com antecedência, que demonstra uma postura firme e competitiva da franquia, pronta para agarrar-se que a oportunidade ideal surgir. Nos bastidores, as conversas, avaliados e o planejamento estão em ritmo acelerado. Os responsáveis pela construção do elenco sabem que trazer jogador do nível de Giannis Antetokounmpo vai muito além de simplesmente ter bons ativos. É preciso visão, estratégia e plano de longo prazo. Atenção no ar é tanta que qualquer boato ou notícia nova tem peso. E os torcedores seguem colados estilos, sedentos por qualquer sinal de avanço nessa história que já domina os holofotes. Nas reuniões executivas, discuta-se intensamente as oportunidades e os obstáculos que movimento dessa magnitude poderia representar. E final, adquirir uma superestrela como Giannis não se resume questos salariais ou de espaço no elenco. Trata-se de alinhar química dentro da quadra, encontrar o encaixe tático perfeito e considerar o impacto cultural que ele traria ao ambiente da equipe. Tudo o plano da franquia envolve pensar à frente, prever cenários e imaginar como sua chegada poderia transformar a identidade dos Warriors, dentro e fora das 4 linhas, reacendendo a chama da esperança e projetando novo capítulo glorioso. Mesmo sem nenhuma confirmação oficial, o simples feito do nome de Giannis estar sendo vinculado ao Golden State já gerou frenesi. E especulação por solta. Será essa a virada que marca o início de uma nova dinastia? Ou será que o timing de precisa passar por ajustes e amadurecimento antes de dar passo tão grande? O suspense paira no ar, fazendo desta uma das temporadas mais emocionantes e decisivas dos últimos tempos. E enquanto o futuro permanece indefinido, uma pergunta segue ecoando. Ver Giannis nos Warriors sonho inalcançável ou uma realidade prestes a se concretizar? Essa será uma das grandes discussões nos próximos meses, e queremos saber a sua opinião. Comente, compartilhe seus pensamentos e acompanhe de perto cada capítulo dessa história. Inscrevasi para neo perdanenem detal dessa saga que pode redefinir os rumos da NBA. No nosso próximo video, vamos mergulhar ainda mais fundo nessa trama, analisar os desafios de uma negociação tão gigantesca, os possíveis entraves financeiros, a preparação interna e as resistências externas que podem surgir. Também vamos explorar como uma movimentação dessa escala pode gerar efeito domino em todo o mercado, alterando as estratégias de várias franquias. Fique ligado, porque essa história está longe do fim. A temporada de 2025 é apenas o comienzo, e o futuro dos Warriors pode ser tão brilhante e incendiário quanto as chamas douradas que eles sempre buscaram acender. E você vai querer estar aqui para acompanhar cada momento dessa jornada.